Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and welcome to another episode of Deep Web Browsing, Dank Web Browsing, or Dark Web Browsing. It's a lovely late night, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why I have this fetish of showing you the time of day, but frankly, man, it's my word of the week. We have a random assortment of videos, ladies and gentlemen, and as always, it's time to see non-thematically what we essentially get into. So being a late night, you're going to have a little bit of bitchy Muta out there. I don't know if it's Savage Mood or whatever, but let's go to the first website. Alright, dude, we're back at FemSec, Female Hackers United. Now, we've seen this site before. Now, it showed up in the crawlers once more, so I figured, I like to see the sites that I went to before and see if they changed. And part of me gets even more excited when I see a new section being added right here. So the website is actually still alive and well. It seems like the hacker group is doing what they can. They've got FemSec Answers YouTube comment. So that kind of got me a little weirded out on my YouTube comments. I didn't know if FemSec had a YouTube page, and lo and fucking behold, that is my ugly mug right there, dude. Because of our website's mention from the YouTubers, Some Ordinary Gamers, a lot of questions have been asked about us. Let's clear some things. We've seen a lot of triggered men, but also a lot of support in the comment section. We want to thank you all that believes that our group is doing something good. Man, I don't want to start no turf war. Me, I don't care. If you're gonna dox a rapist, I don't care what genders or political beliefs you have, dude. If the man did the raping, or the woman did the raping, or the whoever gender you are did the raping, if that person's exposed, rightfully so, I think that's a good thing to have. People should be stopped. Please don't start a turf war. I don't fucking care, okay? At the end of the day, if a bad person gets exposed for doing a bad thing, that's fine. But now what's interesting is I actually don't know if these are from the video that I made, like that deep web episode, if they like fucking deep searched this. I just came across this shit, so I'm gonna have to control F the shit out of that video. I actually can't remember what episode of Deep Web Browsing was that. I want to fucking remember, actually. But anyways, I guess we can read the comments over here and see what people said. Install Gentoo. How the fuck do you dox a rapist? Are there seriously people going on the internet like, hey guys, just raped someone lol while leaving personal info behind? FemSec is a fake as shit. Also, mgto.pl wasn't hacked. I actually remember that comment, so yeah, these are from my video. Not sure if this person knows what doxing is, but he has rapist 100%. How we are doing it, it will remain a secret, but we promise we will continue doxing rapists and other men harming women, and a simple search about mgto.pl can prove that you are wrong. I didn't even fucking search into that, dude, so I don't really fucking even know. But I think it doesn't really matter on the gender, dude. If people raping people, then they should be exposed no matter what, dude. Anyway, that's just my take on it. Polish Sandman Redman MG Town Mirror Group was hacked by feminists from USA. Last computer service from US recorded it. Somebody heard about FemSec hacktivist group, how they hack. What can they possibly do? So somebody, I guess, proved it. Diego Torres writes, do the female hackers not know that the legal age in Sweden is 15, but it is legal for everyone under 18 to be in porn? Yes, we are aware of that, but you don't seem to be aware that buying sex from anyone under 18 in Sweden is a crime. I think it's a crime buying sex pretty much anywhere. I don't think prostitution is necessarily legal. Speaking about morals, most decent people agree that buying sex from a 16-year-old girl as a grown adult man is wrong. This kind of people are not innocent, using money to trick young women with economic issues for their own sexual pleasure, and that is why they are getting punished by us and the law as well. Whew, boy, it's a fucking powder keg and a half. Hydrolord1221 writes, we do not hate men. Men cannot join FemSec. We do not hate men because men can't join us. Maybe you have a problem understanding what Female Hackers United means. Yeah, man. It's in the title, dude. Delicious fucking... I love YouTube comment names, dude. Delicious fucking pancakes. FemSec is once again proof that feminists are terrible too. They all think that men can't be harmed and that women are the only ones that are being attacked. Like fucking hell. We have never claimed that men can't be victims. Just because we, a group of women, are deciding to fight against injustice against women does not mean we deny the existence of male injustice. Okay, so they do acknowledge that men also get fucking harmed. Okay, so all right, dude. Phil Mitchell says, feminist female hackers, I bet they're attractive. Phil's asking the fucking real questions, dude, or making the real insinuations. And they respond with, indeed we are, dude. Dude, it's like walking across a fucking... It's like witnessing... It's like witnessing a fucking war, hot zone from the outside, dude. Oof, makes me feel giddy. Rin Ryu writes, I'd join those female hackers to expose rapists, and you'd be very welcome to do so if we didn't have to be so careful with who we are allowing to join. This time we only recruit, but nothing is stopping you from exposing rapists yourselves. Our main goal at start was to bring female computer-interested people together to do hacktivism against the injustice women face every day and bring female hacktivism into the light. Alright, dude, okay. Alright, dude. Max Caulfield. So revenge porn is bad, but revealing people's personal information online because you don't like their political opinions is alright. Feminist logic. We don't dox MG Towns members. We're only doxing rapists and other form of women abusers. Alright, dude. The femsec thing is cool. Then I'm anti-third wave feminism, but what they're doing is cool, right? Saggy Pig 4321. Thank you for your support. All right, dude. So they made a whole page. I made a fucking video. I knew that when I made that video. I knew that when I made this fucking video, this one section of the video would have been the whole powder keg. I don't exactly remember what else I covered in it, but I knew the femsex shit would have been targeted. And me, I don't really care, man. I don't have any connections to it. I'm just an Indian guy on the internet, dude. You guys gotta understand. My life is a very simple life that I try to lead, okay? I don't like to get into a lot of this shit because I frankly do not really even care. But it's nice to see that at least they knew that I was kind of like that. I mean, I don't want to start no fucking turf wars, dude. But you know what? As long as rapists just stop the raping and they get stopped, I'm all fine with that, man. But, you know, at the end of the day, no more turf wars, dude. I'm glad to see that there's a response page, though. That's often, like, it's like the little cute things that I come across. I get kind of giddy when I see my name mentioned somewhere, dude. It's awesome, dude. But you know what? Hey, man. Hey, stop the bad in the world. Anyways, that being said, I spent too much time looking at the response to the comments on the video that I had produced, so you know what? Let's go somewhere else. Oh boy, join the conspiracy. Conspiracy theorists unite. Okay, oh, come on, dude, the black goo again? Are you kidding with me right now? I'm pretty sure I've seen this. I saw this on the fucking FF7 goo website. What the fuck? Alright, that's fine. That's fine, dude. That's fine, black goo. So this is black goo, alright? Basically, for those of you who don't know what the black goo conspiracy is, essentially what happens is like, the black goo is like, it's like some mind control shit or something of the sort. I actually totally forget. It's been a while. When I asked to write about the mysterious black goo that was spotted recently, I thought to myself, what could be that intriguing about some toxic goop? If I see some black goo on the sidewalk, I'm not going to touch it, smell it, or go anywhere near it. You know, I was imagining something like hot black tar like we often see when the city is paving the road. However, when I started researching the black goo phenomenon, I have to admit, I was intrigued. Yeah, a little bit. Anyone walking along the road and sees a big glob of black goo actually moving on its own like a living being would have a difficult time getting anyone to believe them. The black goo was collected in two different boxes. The crystal-like form moved the boxes to try to get to one other. Many are calling the black goo demonic. Oh, come on, man. What does Jesus have to do with black goo? How it was concluded that the crystals were of a demonic source, I have not found any evidence in my research. However, the goo has been found near the Bush home. Some consider that to be a sign that it is not of God. The Bush home? Like President Bush? Like the Bush family? Oh, come on. How's that? What the fuck is that? You're just shooting at things. The scientific breakdown of the goo is a mineral oil containing high amounts of M-state gold and iridium, found on Thule Island in the South Falklands Islands and under the Gulf of Mexico. Falkland Islands being the disputed islands between Argentina and Europe. Actually, I don't even want to mention that. I don't even know who the fuck. You know what? Yeah, the Falkland Islands. There you go. Is it still under dispute? I'm not sure. And the Gulf of Mexico. The black goo has been spotted and recorded on YouTube by many. A black oil is said to have come from events when the Earth's crust split and broke, allowing the goo to seep in. Okay. Black goo shows the ability to organize itself and display highly intelligent consciousness. According to witnesses, the goo's energy instructs them to have thoughts of murder. Oh, come on. Are you serious? You're telling me there's black goo that just flows across like molasses. And let's assume that I came across black goo. In my head, the black goo would tell me, you see that dude across the street? Kill him, Muda. Come on, dude. You can't expect me to believe that. Reported to smell like sulfur. Those of you who have spotted the goo off the Gulf of Mexico have touched it, stating that the texture is slimy and looks like crude oil. No shit. Okay, well, what do you think it was going to feel like? What? Tests are ongoing to find out exactly what the black goo is, though it sounds like a creature we have seen in an old 1970s episode of Star Trek, where Dr. Spock tells the crew he cannot compute what the substance is, but warns that it is alive, and then Captain Kirk gets sucked in by the black goo and somehow has a love affair with a female. What the Yeah, I've never seen Star Trek in my life, but I think I gotta watch that episode, dude. He fucked goo? He fucked a female version of goo? What the hell? He tries to get Scotty to beam him up before the black goo takes complete control of his functions. Of course, there's a fight to the death, and Captain Kirk is able to break free from the black... Okay, I'm gonna skip the Star Trek spoilers. When I think of other life out there in space, or what might have landed on Earth, I think of being that look similar to us, but definitely not little green men or black goo. Ew. Alright, so that was the black goo conspiracy. Do you believe it? I do. I tried to. Basically, the black goo is a mind control experiment, I guess you could say. You know, the black goo is interesting to me because it's relative to a game that I'm really excited for that's coming out called Death Stranding by Hideo Kojima on the PS4. So, I don't know. I probably would follow more into this, but like this is kind of like a stretch, dude. Now, they got little tickers on the side. National security in the United States. Was it all a conspiracy theory or true? I mean... Yeah, probably was fucking true, dude. It's national security. Animals found on Mars. Oh, yeah, you might want to open that, dude. Illuminati runs Los Angeles? Oh, boy, open that up. Florida professor fired. I don't know how that's anything to do with it, but okay. Ku Klux Klan takes over? Sure, open that up. I saw an alien. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Boy, animals found on Mars. If I... What the fuck is this, dude? Get out of here! Odds are NASA knows more than they're admitting. The so-called mouse-like animal has been spotted on Ghoul's crater. So basically, what? What the fuck? They found a mouse on it? There's gotta be some bullshit, dude. New evidence to show there's animal life on Mars. Conspiracy theories have taken images from the red planet and enhanced the images as proof. Enhanced. Photoshop. NASA, however, states that these images are just various shaped rocks. If that is the case, then why are these theorists so adamant about these images, man? Did you just read the fucking last page? Okay, they tried listing the Bush family as a source for God or something, I don't know. Illuminati runs Los Angeles. Okay. For years, I have heard about the mysterious society called the Illuminati. There are those who believe that it is all a crock of crap. Others believe, you know... It's going to sound really tinfoil hat of me, but like I believe there's got to be some Illuminati out there. I mean, come on, man. There's got to be some powerful people pulling the strings, dude. Do I think it's like some Deus Ex shit? Probably not, but there's got to be something, dude. You can't just sit there and kill yourself from all possibilities of facts, right? I mean, you know, you never know. You never know what could and couldn't be a thing. But anyways, this is where LA has apparently the Illuminati running it, and it's long, dude. These people are talking about it like crazy. I would love to sit down and read these if I had the fucking time. But the other one is like, what? Ku Klux Klan takes over. Yeah, they're the ones who set lowercase t's on fire, and are really racist. But you go to, I saw an alien, and I don't know what sunglasses on your wipers have to do, but, you know, it's just like a blog, man. Like, I don't really think it's straight, like, tinfoil hat conspiracy. It's like, it's a relatively tame individual just talking about conspiracies, okay? And I actually like the way that this is portrayed. It's not like, you know, he's telling you, oh, the black goo is demonic as fuck. It's a rational individual trying to make sense of these weird phenomenons that are popping up. So, all the power to join the conspiracy, man. If you believe in this kind of stuff, then you have a home over here. But for me, I'll save this for something else. In Satan's Honor, available now at Satan's Altar by Marie Raven Soul. Oh boy, you know, I haven't come across a satanic website in a while, dude, but I'm glad I did sometimes, dude. I love coming across Satanist websites. I feel that it makes me a pure boy. But Mary Ravensoul, a disciple of the devil for more than 30 years, presents the readers with a fascinating collection of her personal and heartfelt devotions to the Lord of Darkness. Those who have been searching for a serious and practical guide to religious rites in honor of Satan will find what they seek in this volume. Written with the explicit religious worship of the devil in mind, At Satan's Altar provides a wealth of liturgical material to aid both the novice practitioner and the seasoned Satanist alike. So, okay, I'm glad that, I came across a satanic website that not immediately says, fuck everything about the Lord and Savior, okay? It's just... Yeah, they're moderate Satanists, I would say. So they got prayers, prayer of invocation, Satan, horned one, you are, Satan's temple, Pan, god of prophecy, come, descend, O serpentine, and you got chant of devotion, which is hymn to the Sabbatic goat, prince of darkness, hymn to Iblis. Oh, wait, that's interesting. So I think Iblis or Iblis is like it's the Islamic variant. It's the Islamic name for the devil, actually. So yeah, it's actually interesting to see them kind of stretch everything. It's not like a very Christian-dominated version of Satanism, right? I think it's taken from all Abrahamic faiths, which is interesting to see. The Satanic altar, offering satanic baptismal rites, dedication ritual, 9 days of solitude devotional, and more. All right, so you got this cool photo of... Sorry, I was just looking for a... Okay, he's got nipples, I think. No, you can barely see him. No pee-pee, okay. Does he have a pee-pee? If he does, he's like borderline eunuch, so... Alright, I just have to look like really closely. Does he have a fucking pee-pee or something? Do I have to summon... Let me just check that again. Okay, but let's do something else, Jesus. In Satan's honor... Nah, man, they got boobies there. I gotta worry about that. In Satan's honor was founded in 2006 by Marie Ravensoul for the purpose of honoring Satan and the demons. At the time, the internet was lacking in devotional type writing, and I believed that it was important that a place existed where Satan is, and those interested in Satan could go to find inspiration, encouragement in their spiritual practices. Satan is revered as a sentient and primordial entity who throughout the ages has been worshipped by many names and among many different cultures and civilizations. Everything written for the site is done as an act of worship. This is not the type of worship that requires a person to grovel on their knees in fear and submission to their deity. Instead, it is a complete reverence and adoration, an act of free will. Each prayer, poem, and proverb comes from the heart with a deep love of Satan and the demons. It is my desire that these words will help the devotee gain insight on what it means to be a practicing Satanist, to walk the dark path with the black flame burning forever bright. Alright, wait a minute. Doesn't Satan basically torture motherfuckers in the hell? Like, what? If you're gonna revere somebody that's gonna torture you, do you do it so that you don't get tortured in hell? Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess Satan to me has always represented that side of like religion where it's like it lets you embrace sort of the things that you're forced to suppress. I can see the appeal of it. I don't do anything with any of this stuff. But throughout the years, society's gone through some changes. We get that. A Satanist, so Marie Ravensoul. What I am and what I always will be. From a young age, I had felt a presence with me, and as I got older, Satan began to make himself known through various signs and manifestations. As he led me further down his path, I was drawn to the occult and to anything that had to do with Satan, especially books, arts, and music. And in the summer of '85, when I was 14 years old, I made a decision that would affect me for the rest of my life. I became a follower of Satan. From that time onwards, his presence increased, and so did the signs, manifestations, and dreams. Satan taught me that the inner voice and raised a black flame within me. I began to understand my true will, and I took the next step in dedicating my life and soul to Satan. It was done. My path is my own, not one that I found in a book. I have always believed that Satan was a real spiritual entity, and that there was never any doubt about this. His powerful essence cannot be denied after one experiences it, and my life has been forever changed throughout his great wisdom and touch on my soul. Satan has tested me, and I have had to walk through the flames, but that is his way. I express my adoration to Satan in many ways, but especially throughout writing and painting. I have given him his body as a temple, my mouth for him to speak, and my life as a complete act of devotion. I wear a pentagram ring on my ring finger on my left hand as a symbol of his commitment. Satan is my God, my father, my teacher, my muse, my everything. Over the years, I've also established a connection with quite a number of demons, and they have become a major part of my life. In '03, I became involved in the online Satanist scene. Yahoo groups were especially popular back then, and I got involved with a few, and after some time, I started a couple of my own. I am a devotee of Satan. I am his child, his student, and his priestess. Ave, 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 Satanas. All right. Okay. You know what? I gotta say something. This is interesting. It's somebody that really cares a lot about being a Satanist, and I can respect that. You know what I mean? And this doesn't seem like somebody that's pushing the shit out of this onto other people. So for all intents and purposes, it's fine. Over here, Satan is a sentient primordial entity. The ultimate goal of a Satanist is to develop a relationship with Satan. I guess it's kind of like a person who believes in Jesus or something, right? A Christian following the words of Jesus. A Satanist questions all things and does not blindly accept the truth of another. Okay, so logically think. Demons are revered as mankind's first teachers. The ancient gods and goddesses worshipped by the pagans. When calling upon a demon in a ritual, they are treated with the utmost respect. Satanism does not have a holy book that must be obeyed. The most powerful sacrifice Satanists can give is something of themselves, like blood, hair, energy, or tears. Satanism stands for knowledge, wisdom, self-empowerment, freedom, creativity, honor, individuality, magic, and spiritual mastery. So, I guess understanding stuff? Okay. Satanism does not judge a person based on their sexual orientation. Satanism does not attempt to convert people to Satanism. If contemplating whether to live or die, Satanists will come to a conclusion if they can overcome anything. Satanists will always stand up for what they believe to be right and true. Animals are sacred and held in high regard. Stands against all form of animal abuse. So, like, you're not doing the ritualistic, like, murders or sacrifices? What's going on? Sin and eternal punishment do not exist. Okay, a Satanist, so basically the whole eternal punishment, sin doesn't exist. You can do kind of what you want, but I guess the logic is that as a Satanist, and this is what I've kind of seen in Satanist circles, is that you can do whatever you want as long as it doesn't actually hurt other people or do anything of that sort, which, you know, is respectable, I could say. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not really going to subscribe to anything, so to speak, but, you know, whatever you want to believe is fine. Please don't start a turf war in the comment section below. But I got to respect, you know, I got to respect Marie Ravensoul. She explained what she wanted. And I think that I can respect somebody who genuinely believes the way that they do. And as long as they don't hurt anybody, that's as fine as it'll ever go, ladies and gentlemen. That being said, I don't have much more to say about a person's involvement in the occult. I am going to go somewhere else. And ladies and gentlemen, our deep web video of the week, which frankly makes me have to put on my lovely headset to listen to a 28-second video, or watch it actually. And 28 seconds is actually below our average, to be honest with you. I think our average is now like a minute, a solid minute. But 28 seconds long with what appears to be, I want to say, CCTV footage of Cafe Dostoevsky on Siege. But let's hit play and see what we got going on. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Oh. It's a... What the fuck? You can see him, it's just repeating it. It's just repeating it, like you can look at the window for a second. What the fuck? Excuse me? What's going on? What is this, a fucking ghost or something? What is he, like a hooded figure? What's going on? Is that Master Chief in the non-existent game? What's going on? Okay. Alright. What happened? Okay, I think something got disconnected. Okay. I thought we were gonna like possessed or some bullshit. Okay. What did I just see? All right, let me tell you real quick, okay? There's not much to analyze out of a 28 fucking second video, but basically, what we've essentially had over here is as we hit play, we have this individual. I don't know if they're wearing a mask because we have such low quality footage anyways, but this individual, I'm going to assume, is wearing a mask. That skin tone doesn't make any sense. It's like a very clear hairline. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But basically, they're coming in, and the video loops, so you can actually see by, like, the mirror reflection over here, like, he goes back in like that, and then loop. So he comes up over here, this individual, or she, I don't know who it is, you can barely tell. So they look at the CCTV camera, and they back off, right? So they realize at this point that they must be, like, caught or something. And I believe this is the same fucking person. They wear, like, a hooded shroud or something. And now they're trying to avoid being caught? Like, it doesn't matter. The CCTV got you the moment you were coming up the stairs. It doesn't matter if you dress up or cloak yourself, dude. I think he or she believes that they have, like, the invisibility cloak from, like, Harry fucking Potter. And they think they're invisible. Like, dude, it doesn't matter. You want to get rid of cams, you gotta use a Thatcher EMP, dude. You gotta just run away. You got caught once. Like, look at this shit. You know you're fucked. Hold on. Let me just maximize this real quick. You know at this point, he looks up right here, or she, I don't know why I'm getting he, just turns back. They know at that moment. Like, this is when that meme shows up. At this moment, he knew, or she knew, that they fucked up. Get out of here, malware bites. And then it's just a ghost. Like, you fucked up once. But I mean, you can barely tell on the CCTV. What the fuck does it matter? I think it's even weirder if you have this attempt taken off. It's just going to make me laugh. Anyway, it's not much more to analyze, ladies and gentlemen. I am just going to back out of here and go somewhere else. Seeks Ghosts. Welcome. If you are interested in ghosts, you're in luck. The topic is fascinating. I love ghosts, dude. I love actually going through ghost time. I in my free time when I'm editing it late at night, you gotta realize I love watching ghost footage, dude. It's fucking like I'm not like what you would say. I'm a skeptic. I'm not a believer, but damn, I just find it interesting. Anyways, the title of this post is a nickname given to Savannah, Georgia. The southern city is called this because, like many other locations, their old burial grounds were paved over and built upon without moving the graves that lay beneath. The fact that led to reportedly ghostly sightings across Savannah, but many locals agree their city's historic district is the most haunted. Yeah, I mean, if you bury over dead people and disturb their graves, they're gonna haunt you, dude. In the middle of this district is the 6-acre Colonial Park Cemetery that dates back to 1750. Over 10,000 souls are buried here, despite the fact there are only 1,000 headstones that remain. You know, that's always weirded me. I thought about that the other day. Like, whenever you're walking over, like, you know, your sidewalk or something, was somebody ever buried on that? You know, did somebody die over that? How many corpses you walked over this past week, dude? You got to think about that. Or graves, sorry. The reason for this vary. Over 700 victims of the 1820s yellow fever epidemic are buried in mass graves in Colonial. The graveyard also has many family vaults where family members were placed. Their remains turned to dust and placed in urns so the next generation of deceased could be placed on the shelves. This cycle then continued. Many of Colonial's gravestones were moved or disfigured by Union troops during the Civil War, which leads to more confusion of where the deceased are buried. So basically, there's so many people that died in this location that they just don't know where they're buried. And yeah, I can understand that. I mean, mass graves, the whole war happening, the Civil War especially, yeah. It makes sense. But the most compelling factor is when the cemetery's boundaries were shortened, the surrounding streets, Abercorn and Oglethorpe, were paved over and many of their graves were left under them. One area of Colonial today is a children's playground and basketball court. Sightings of ghosts believed to be deceased men who were killed in duels are reported here. Other sightings in the cemetery include shadow figures and a green mist that floats above the gravestones. Both those are weird, dude. If you see shadow figures in a gravestone, in a graveyard, and green mist above gravestones, I don't want to see no petulance. By far, the most famous haunting of the park is known as the Hanging Tree Ghost. Locals and tourists are fascinated by the story, which has taken on epic proportions. A male ghost known as René Rondelier is often seen walking through Colonial or hanging from a tree called the Hanging Tree. Oh, that's fucked, dude. Like, imagine walking into that cemetery and shit. Just like, think about it. You walk in and you see some dude just straight hanging, like dead. That's, ugh. It is said Rondelier is easy to spot because he is almost 7 feet in height. Man, this dude's tall. His ghost is infamous because it is believed he murdered 2 young girls in the graveyard. He then was lynched either on the hanging tree or in this nearby square. Footnote, there is little historic evidence that Rondelier has ever existed in the story, but several generations taken on folkloric status. So, despite the fact that there have been so many witnesses to this haunting, as well as others, the paranormal investigators in the area have dubbed Colonial Park Paranormal Central, and of course ghost tours are offered. Ghostly figure captured at Colonial. Really? That's a ghostly figure? I mean, I'll believe you. I'll believe you, dude. I'll believe you on that. So then they got other stuff. So this is actually relatively, I guess, recent. I mean, it's been updated like August of last year. So that's literally a year ago. This shit's updated. So 2017, right? First person from the Reader's Digest. When my mother was a teenager, she lived in a haunted house. So basically, they're literally sharing, I guess you could say, realistic creepypastas out there. So basically what we read was kind of a real creepypasta, man. And the cool thing about this is that they have multiple like stories, multiple areas you can see. Like they got actual photos, you know, of this kind of stuff actually happening. So if you're ever interested in ghosts, man, a website like this would be absolutely amazing for anybody involved, man. Like this kind of stuff is really intriguing for me. They've got stuff like, curses, I guess you could say. So if you want to learn about curses and shit, Curse of Ann Mitchell, the Navajo Shindy, Part 2, Defiant Night Company, Archduke's Cursed Car. Okay, let me see the Archduke's Cursed Car. Yeah, so they got like genres of this. They got curses, they got ghost ships, they've got folklore, they've got for children, whatever that is. Let me see that real quick. Irish Headless Horseman. All right, dude. Japan's 100 Scary Ghost Stories. Moonshine Warning. Moonshine Warning for the kids now. Okay. And they've got ghost hunting tips. All right, so before you decide to ghost hunt, what is all this? Oh, so they actually have like straight things to tell you how to ghost hunt, all right? Straight up. Cold spots, red beam flashlights, poltergeists, pros and cons, ghost radar app, how do ghosts communicate, Occam's razor, matrixing, old hag syndrome, intelligent hauntings. What is old hag syndrome? You wake up and you can't move. You feel an immense amount of pressure on your chest that makes it difficult to breathe, and you sense or see somebody in the room with you. It can be a frightening experience. The syndrome happens to about 50% of people in their life. It happens at most once or twice a month. For years, people have mistaken this experience as a physical encounter with a ghost because when it happens, you are fully awake. You can see, hear, smell, and feel, so it's understandable why it feels like someone... Shit! That happens, dude. So, like, I had, like, a slight sleep paralysis thing, and sleep paralysis is fucking scary, for those of you who don't know, and I'll give you my personal experience before I go to the next website. For me, when I have to go through, like, any form of, like, sleep paralysis... It's a feeling where you're awake and you're not. So, like, when you're in sleep paralysis, when I'm awake, I can try to move my neck. I try, and I feel I make slight movements in my neck, right? So, like, I'm trying to move it. I barely feel my neck moving, like, slightly to the left, slightly to the right, up and down. I can feel myself try, but you can't move anything. I can't move my fingers, I can't move my feet. I can barely even feel them to begin with. But the weirdest part that I've ever had is when I was laying upside down on my bed. And so what happens was there was a feeling that somebody was in the room, right? I could feel the strands of hair, like, flowing across, like, my front face, okay? That was weird. But what the weirdest feeling for me was, and the absolute scary, shocking feeling was, like, the feeling of, like, nails, like, light scratching all over my back, like, the back of my neck. That was the weirdest fucking part of it. Now, of course, you wake up after a bit, but because you're in the sleep paralysis, you fucking are pretty lucid in your memory. Like, you remember that shit. I remember that shit, and it's fucking scary. And any episode that I have ends up being in that same situation. Sleep paralysis is fucking scary, but ultimately it's just the fact that you're dreaming while lucid, and your brain does sketchy shit to your head all the time. And if you're unfortunately completely conscious for that, then whew, Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen. If you're prone to nightmares and you have sleep paralysis, I feel your pain, dude. But that being said, let's go to a different website. 99973. I am what I am. So we've come across Namu yet again. I don't know how many people remember this, but this has to be deep web number like 20 to fucking 30, dude, is when we came across Namu. I think 10 to 20, really. Basically, this website is a giant amalgamation of a lot of things, but coming to it now on like the 100th something episode, like we're talking in the 160s, 170 even, this is a weird set of websites, dude. I don't know how I fucking feel about this shit. But, it's basically a giant puzzle, which is kind of up there with something like Cicada 3301. Now, things have actually changed. This is the first time I'm seeing something like Sun Gaia Tau. So I guess we'll read through as much as we can. 99973, I am what I am. I, that am, that nine, that am, that I. And I'm actually going to open up page source to see anything changes. No, it's just standard HTML. It's just what's on here. Then it's got I, thought, and basically what it's done is it's taken the number values of each of those letters, converted them, added them up, 36, 99, 36, and that's what it is. The great work, status unfinished. The magical alphabet, added to all minus, none shared by everything multiplied in abundance. Add to reduce, reduce to deduce. Divine love is 99, and 99 is love divine. Arises, that sun sets, that sun sets, that sun arises, that sun. Add to all minus, none shared by everything multiplied in abundance. I'll say one thing. It's pretty fucking symmetrical. So it's got 973 et namu, AZ 9 za, 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 A to Z 9 times 7, 63. So it's basically converting the numbers back and forth with the letter accordations, and it's just multiplying the shit out of them. And you get into like photos like this that have always straight weirded me the fuck out. So I don't know what this is necessarily aiming at, but it looks like a weird, I don't know, face attached to something. It's fucked, man. But the more and more I go to it, Sri Krishna's membering. Many lives, Arjuna, you and I have lived. I remember them all. But then, does not. Is that the Bhagavad Gita? IV5. Okay, so that's a Hindu religious thing. Now, the more we go into this, we have newer photos that I actually haven't seen before. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at, but it's like a giant blister, I want to say. And then, what is this? After the initiation, owls thank the white rabbits most humbly for the blessed gift of the sacred symbols. When the white rabbits had gone, Zed Allah Zed arranged the sacred symbols in the manner of the ancients. As ever the fusion occurred, and as if by magic, Elis saw by the light of a different dream. In obeisance to the soon-to-be-arrived, most precious of quintessential moments, the Zed Ali Zed began to read from several books. So now you've got another mention of the Brahma, which is from the Bhagavad Gita. If the red slayer thinks he slays, or if the slain thinks he is slain, they do not know the subtle ways. This is the first time I'm seeing a lot of Hindu stuff mentioned, my god. And then we have the Tao of that, 7973, so more addition to it. Om Mani Padme Hum. And then we have, I assume these are from like the Hindu religion, dude, because this is like, I actually have to say it's kind of beautiful scenery, to be honest with you. I'm finding beauty in it. And then you got the Holy Bible. So this is when the Bible gets mentioned. Are we going to do the whole gauntlet? What is this face? Ooh, freaky, dude. More of the... Now we're mentioning Osiris, so we're going to, like, ancient Egypt. And then... Oh, God, it's fucking with my head. Oh, it's like a futuristic city or something, dude. St. John, Holy Bible, some more Bible. All right, and then we have the evocation. In the name of God, the compassionate, merciful, may God bless thee and keep thee, may God. And then we go furthermore down into it. Zed Ali Zed, midway betwixt and between, the microcosm, macrocosm of above and below, endures the summons of the omens in the moment. The Zed Ali Zed, a being outed, being drowning, forever drowning, that, ice, 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 that... Truth that, ice, 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 staining the sea red, blood red, see that staining, oh my god, oh, jeez, man, okay, I'm confused as fuck. Now, for those of you who don't know, this shit keeps going on, it's long, dude. I am formed, humankind of the dust of the universe, and breathed into the nostrils the breath of life, and humans became living souls. Perfect divine, love, purest, living light, that light, oh my lord, it just goes on. Then it mentions shit like Sirius or Isis, which, fingerprints of the god, a quest for the beginning and the end. What am I reading, dude? Book of Numbers. I am so shocked in my head, ladies and gentlemen. I need a drink. I need something, dude. Oh my god, it just goes on. And it has like photos that have been tossed in between. So like if we go down over here, we have like planets that are mentioned. And that's just one fucking page. It keeps going, dude. It just keeps going on. The Grand Gallery, Magical Alphabet, numbers 1 through 99. Like, you could literally click on one of them and be sent to, like, this infinite table of whatever. I don't know the meaning to any of this. I am more confused with this concept as time goes on. You know what we're going to do? We're going to save this for, like, a live stream. I'm sorry to say, this deserves its own, like, 2-hour fucking live stream. Holy shit. I'm gonna need a coffee, dude. I'm gonna need something to, like, clear my head. This is fucking crazy. But yeah, that was Et Namu. The site has fucking evolved, I feel. Or maybe I just don't remember it. Maybe I was just mind-fucked and my brain just chooses to, like, ignore it. But we're gonna back out and see something else. I'm gonna go get something, actually, fuck. And ladies and gentlemen, that was another episode of Deep Web Browsing, Dark Web Browsing, Dank Web Browsing, the part of the week that takes another look at the darker side of the internet. Now, this week we've seen some interesting shit. We've seen Well, I've seen some respectable, satanic stuff. We've seen a response from the FemSec hackers, and frankly, we've seen a lot of the Namu stuff that's eventually going to end up being in the live stream. So all in all, interesting episode, kind of half throwback, kind of half new. Actually, a thing that I like sort of going to the older websites. So if you want me to sort of revisit some of the older classics, let me know in the comment section below. It would actually be kind of an interesting thing to look at, see if we've ever been responded to, all that kind of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. But that being said, I'm going to back out of all this. I hope you have an amazing day today, and I hope I can get some much needed rest. That being said, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.